my troopers hopping in this bitch, popping in this bitch. Me and my troopers hopping in this bitch, popping in this bitch. Me and my troopers.
Hello, my name is Mr. J3T, aka Big Sexy, aka the Kentucky Cannon, aka the World Class Badass, aka Chocolate Thunder with a Caramel Swirl, aka Black Lightning with a Peanut Butter Filling, aka DJ Big Head because I'm a DJ by association, if you forgot, aka the Houdini of Sexy, aka the Shaman of Sexy. Oh yeah, we out here now, the Shaman of Sexy, that's what I am, and today we're going to be taking a look back at a cartoon from the past. Should I say the distant past? It really isn't that distant, but Kim Possible. We're talking about Kim Possible. So I've been in a bit of a Kim Possible mood lately because recently I've been rewatching some episodes of Kim Possible on Disney Plus, and we're going to talk about it. So, Kim Possible is about Kim. Who else? Kim Possible. She's just your basic average girl. She's here to save the world. You can't stop her because she's Kim Possible. There's nothing she can't do. As the theme song suggests. And, yeah. That's it. Kim Possible is a basic average girl who basically goes around and saves the day on a daily basis from all of these crazy villains with her sidekick, Ron Stoppable, and his little pet Rufus, Naked Mole Rat Rufus. And I decided to rewatch it, and I like it, you know. I like it now, and I just as much as I did back then. And most of that is because of the characters. Like, the characters are written so well in this, especially Draken and Shigo. Like, they're written so well, and their voice actors play them perfectly. There's one thing that I don't get, though, is that Draken, even though he's like some big super genius, sometimes he's like very incompetent. Like, there are times where he is like treated as like an actual threat, but most of other times where it's like he's just really incompetent. Like, he barely can do things on his own, and Shigo is there to like help him out. In fact, the reason why most of Draken's plans are successful in the first place is because of Shigo. And I'm just thinking, like, why does Shigo still stick with him? Like, why does she deal with Draken? Like, is Draken paying her some good ass money? Like, is Draken giving Shigo some of the big bucks? Is that why she's staying? Does she like him? Not in that way, but did she grow attached to him after a while, and she's like, might as well help him out? And like, I don't get it. I don't get why Shigo sticks with Draken for so long. Like, there's even like a 2-part episode where Kim and Ron go to the future, and Shigo rules the world. Like, she's that good of a villain to where like she eventually takes over the world by herself. And she could do so much if she just went solo and just dumped Draken. Like, I don't get why she still sticks with him. It's weird. But yes, they're written perfectly. Their banter is perfect. With Draken just trying to be like this big bad guy, and Shigo is just constantly there with a sarcastic remark. with these little jabs at Draken that it's just hilarious. In fact, the episode that I'm on right now, I'm on season 2. Draken's plan is to basically take over, brainwash these college students during spring break. I apologize. It's just sorry. My thoughts just left my mind for a second. My head just went blank for a second there. But there's this one episode where Draken attempts to brainwash all of these college students during vacation to be his personal army, and he's looking up, like, he's reading some slang words to try and be cool and hip with college students. And when his plan doesn't turn out the way he wants, Shigo just looks at him and it's just like, yeah, your plan isn't as groovy as you thought, or something along those lines. She says something along those lines. And another line in that very same episode is like, you're so hip. So, stuff like that, just sarcastic sarcastic remarks, constantly taking jabs at Draken. It's hilarious. And Kim herself, I like her. She's a strong female protagonist. I like her a lot. What I do like about this show is that she's not perfect at everything. There's stuff that she fails at. Like, there's an episode where she has to take her driver's test and she failed. There are points where she can't cook. And I like that she's not perfect at everything. There are things that she sucks at, that she's not good at. And I like that she's just not Miss Perfect, who's just great at everything she tries. And Ron... So Ron, he walks that line. He walks the line between lovable and annoying. Because most of the time, he is like a lovable goof. But other times, he can be a bit annoying. He can also be when there are points where, like, he has, like, he can be a little self-centered. Yeah, that's what I was saying. There are episodes where, like, he gets an advantage or something, and, like, fame almost immediately goes to his head, and he just starts acting all braggadocious. And, like, yeah, oh yeah, I'm unstoppable. like that. And there's another episode where the students have to pick mentors, and Ron's mentor is a spy, and he's just like, my mentor's so cool. Look at all this stuff. And there's other points where in that same episode where Kim can't bake, cook, or any of that. Ron is great at baking, and he becomes the new the new chef around the school. He kind of lets that go to his head a little bit. So he can be a bit braggadocious. He can be a little bit annoying sometimes, but for the most part, he is lovable, a lovable goof. And he and Kim also have some great banter with each other. And he's portrayed as, like, the sidekick, and there are times where he doesn't help at all with Kim's missions. In fact, like, sometimes he even hinders Kim's missions. But I've noticed that as the show goes on, Ron, he slowly becomes a little more competent, and he's actually, like, helping Kim out on these missions and not messing things up. In fact, there are times where Ron even goes on his own solo missions and even has his own villains. Ron's very first villain was was a villain named Gil. They went to summer camp together, and Gil is basically like a mutant fish. He stayed in this toxic lake for too long, and he basically turned into like a humanoid fish. And for some reason, he blamed Ron for that, because you see, Ron was supposed to be in swimming time, right? Swim class, but he saw that toxic river and he was like, oh nah. And basically, Ron and Gil switched places. So Gil was supposed to be in arts and crafts, but he wanted to be in the ocean, and they switched classes. So now Gil is swim class and Ron is in arts and crafts. And for some reason, Gil blames Ron because of it, even though he's the one that wanted to be in the river for some reason. So I heard that and I was like, that sounds like your fault, buddy. That kind of sounds like that's on you for wanting to be in that water so much. This is all your fault. You did this to yourself, buddy. I don't know why you're blaming Ron for you. You're the one that wanted to be in that river so damn much. But even though that happens, the end result is still the same. Ron gets his own villain, because most of the times, like, Kim gets all of these villains, and this is like a Ron-centric episode. This is really his episode, his time to shine, and he gets his own villain. So that's cool. And he also gets another villain, kinda, in Monkey Fist. And Ron, which is like a great foil for Ron, because like he was scared of monkeys, because see, back in summer camp he had a bad experience with the camp mascot, who was a monkey, and so then he got scared of monkeys. So Monkey Fist, Ron who's scared of monkeys, sounds like a great Monkey Fist is like a great villain for Ron, because Ron hates monkeys. He's scared of them. He doesn't like them. And yeah, even though he does walk that line between lovable and annoying, I do still like him. And I like the times where he has his moments to shine. You know, he's in the spotlight. He gets his due. I like those episodes because it's satisfying, because Ron is like undermined and underestimated so much in this show. So to see the times where he rises above that and gets his moment in the sun is great. It's great. It's awesome. You love to see it. Rufus is also a great character too. He has some of like the best one-liners. He has sort of like a Scooby-Doo situation going on with Rufus, where like most of the time he's making noises, but sometimes like words will come out. I'm not talking about like recent Scooby-Doo. I'm talking about like classic Scooby-Doo, where like he was a regular dog most of the time, but he can still, sometimes words came out. That's kind of like Rufus here. Like most of the time he's making all of these noises, but sometimes words do come out, and nobody questions why this little naked mole rat has the ability to talk. Nobody questions it, and which makes it hilarious. And he has like some of the best one-liners in here. In fact, my favorite one-liner from Rufus is like Kim and Ron are tasked with saving this prince of a country who's from a bunch of these knights who are trying to kill the prince. And Ron and the prince go to mini golf, and the prince is like, "Where is the caddy?" and Rufus, you just see Rufus just struggling to drag these two. Oh, sorry, that was a gnat. You see Rufus struggling to just dragging these two golf clubs. That's what they are. That's what they're called, golf clubs. You just see him just struggling to just trying to drag him, and he's like, degrading me to this. Do it yourself. And I just replayed that so many times because I just laughed. So, especially when he said degrading me to this, it's just I just laughed so hard. That was like my favorite one-liner, my favorite line that Rufus ever says in this entire show. That will be my favorite line. And that's really like one of the show's strong points, like is the characters. The characters are very well fleshed out. The characters are all likable in their own ways. All of them bounce off of each other well. And the characters is what really makes this show great. Also the animation too, because this show came out in like the 2000s, right? And watching it now, it still holds up. The animation is still great, especially with the fight scenes. Fight scenes like Monkey Fist versus Ron, Kim versus Shigo, and even when the villains fight. The animation is really great, and when, especially in fight scenes, that's when the animation really shines. So the animation still holds up today, even though it's been years, and animation itself has gotten better over time. The animation still holds up. And I just like all of these little subtle moments in the background too, because in the opening theme, there was a moment where Ron sort of bumps Kim out of the way and during a cheerleading performance, and in the background you see the other cheerleaders just go like, what? Oh, all right. you just see them just go wide-eyed like, oh, all right, I guess this is happening. What the hell? And I just like those little moments of detail in the background. I just love the animation. I love the characters. It's a great show. As for cons, I can't really think of any. Even though the animation is good, I guess there are still moments where the animation can be a little choppy, if you know what I mean. Like, it's not all the time, but there are moments where like you can see a bit of an error in the animation. And the individual episodes themselves, some of them can be like very like go, very fast pace. And it's even though I like shows and movies with sort of a fast pace to it, some of these episodes are just so damn fast, or like you kind of get whiplash with how fast some of these episodes are. It's how fast some of how fast things play out, because characters can be like talking and it's just one liner, blah 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 blah, and it's like whoa, okay, slow down, Jesus Christ, oh, okay, slow down, Jesus. Like it can be a little fast sometimes, but again, these are just small like little nitpicks that I found. Overall, it's still like a great show that holds up today. The characters are phenomenal. I think as far as my favorite character goes, probably Shigo. Yeah, because Shigo is very competent. I just like how competent Shigo is. And her banter with Draken is great, and just her general just sarcasm and her just I don't care attitude. I can really relate to that. Just her general just sarcasm and just like, yeah, whatever. A part of me can relate to her a little bit. Also, my favorite color is green, and her whole aesthetic, her whole outfit is green and black. So yeah, that makes me like her a little more too. She's rocking my favorite color, green. And green and black is a great color combination. So is red and black. So yeah, that's also in her favor. She's rocking my favorite color. And her personality. And when you add her personality to that too, you get my favorite character in the show. So overall, Kim Possible, it's a great show. It still holds up today, and I highly recommend it if somehow you've never watched Kim Possible. If, I don't know, like, how could you not watch Kim Possible? Like, come on now. But if for some reason you haven't watched it, or if you did watch it and you want to relive some of the memories, it's on Disney Plus right now. Obviously, it's on Disney Plus. So go check it out. It still holds up today. And yeah, that's about it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. But if you really like me, consider subscribing and ring that bell so you always know whenever I upload, because it's free. It's free, damn it. Don't be a dum-dum. Deuces.